Last week, Natural England republished their habitat carbon sequestration and storage figures after a 10-year review. It's received quite a lot of publicity in the sector and more widely nationally, and focus much more on the role that natural habitats and restoration of natural habitats can play in tackling the climate crisis. So it's a very welcoming report. It's one that will help us to update the figures we're using in our Wilder Carbon Habitat tool, which was initially based on the 2012 Natural England figures. But there are still some gaps there that we feel need addressing. Fundamentally, there are question marks over the quality of marine data, and there are already questions being asked in academic circles about the quality of the intertidal and salt marsh data that's being used to support those figures. And I think this goes to the wider point of what Wilder Carbon looks to do in terms of developing a very strong research and development strand alongside a project delivery strand. We need to better understand these figures, and from those be able to actually develop a more dynamic tool, one that doesn't rely on 10-year updates from Natural England, but can be updated on a much more dynamic basis, and then can form part of what we use in our development of a Wilder Carbon standard. So a carbon plus nature-based standard that actually really does what Wilder Carbon sets out to achieve. So a really welcome achievement, a really welcome piece of progress, and good to see the rhetoric around it. But time to do a bit more work within the sector to really see how we use these figures to their best outcome.